A lot of times people ask, how do I get guys to like me? How do I get girls to like me? How can I become more attractive? What can I do? You want to be very proactive about it. And I get that, and there are certain things that we can all do to become more attractive. But did you know that there are also things you can completely stop doing that also make you more attractive? They give you more love for yourself, and it blossoms on the outside, making you more attractive to everyone around you. Hello friends, my name is Maria and welcome to The Other Half, where we know attraction is not just about your looks. You also have to take care of the inner half, because for 20 years I thought that what you looked like on the outside was all that mattered. As long as you looked good, everyone will love you, right? But it's not true. Your looks might get you in the door, but they're not going to keep long-term loving relationships if what you've got going on the inside is completely messed up. You might like the way you look on the outside, but if you don't have love for yourself on the inside, it's going to start coming out in really toxic ways in your relationships. You're going to sabotage yourself. You're going to sabotage the relationship, even when you're with someone that you really like, who really liked you at first. But people can get put off by really unattractive behaviors. What you say about yourself to other people with your actions matters. I would always go out on dates with guys that seemed really interested, and then I could never hold on to them. And I never understood why. That is until the day I sat down at my table, took a moment to paint my nails, and realized, you know what? All the actions that I've been taking in my relationships are not working. And I decided to stop and do everything differently. So if you're ready to learn what you can stop doing to show the world and all the people that you are dating that you love yourself, then grab a bottle of nail polish. Let me know in the comments what color you are showing your self-love with today, and let's talk. This first one is a big one, and we might not realize how much we do it, especially if we struggle with insecurity, anxiety, and going through life feeling like we're never good enough. We are constantly apologizing for our existence. Stop apologizing for your existence. I no longer think that it's okay for us to start all of our exchanges with other people by, sorry to bug you, sorry I'm here right now. Stop apologizing for your own existence. You're a human being that exists in their life. You are real. You are a real person with real thoughts and real feelings. You have real things that you want to say, and you have friends and romantic interests in your life that you would like to say them to. You don't need to constantly apologize for yourself. Now, I had a lot of anxious tendencies, and what I realized is it was going to take a really long time to heal them. Can we heal them completely? Maybe over a long time of a lot of work, but I knew that at least immediately I needed to start controlling them. The mind-body connection is a really powerful thing, and I really believe that if we control our actions enough, then we are giving our brain evidence that we are not someone who does these things. So if you completely stop apologizing for your existence over emails and texts, or when you run into somebody, or when you need to come up to them and ask them a question, and you stop saying, hey, sorry to bug you, over time, you're giving your brain evidence that you are not someone who feels the need to apologize just because you're taking up space in the world. It's okay for you to take up space. You're here for a reason. You have a purpose. You have something to say. Stop apologizing for yourself. So how I started to control this anxious habit was I wouldn't put myself in a situation where I unnecessarily felt like I needed to apologize for myself. So let's say I needed to send out a text message on a Sunday to a gym trainer. And of course, it's a Sunday. People are usually not working. So I would feel the need to start the text message out with, hey, sorry to bug you, but to talk about the schedule that week. So what I began to ask myself is, do I need to send this text out today? No, because we usually work out on Thursdays. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to set an alarm on my phone for Monday at 10 a.m. And that's when I'm going to send out the text message. And then there's no longer any kind of this weird need for me to feel like I need to apologize for myself. Problem solved. A lot of people do this on social media, going into DMs of people that we want to talk to, that we like. We always start out the conversation with, oh gosh, sorry to bug you. Girls do this, guys do this. It looks really insecure, whether you realize it or not. And a lot of times we do these actions because we don't realize truly how they're coming off to other people. Don't start your interactions with people you're romantically interested in, or your boss, or potential friends, by apologizing just because you were born. Have the confidence that the people who are choosing to be in your life, because as you get healthier, you realize you want people in your life who choose you as well. Have the confidence to realize they are also choosing to be in your life. Your trainer took you on as a client. Your math tutor took you on as a student. Your family wants to hear from you. Your friends are your friends for a reason. They're choosing to be in your life too. You don't need to apologize. The second thing that I completely stopped doing was, I love memes. I think memes are completely hilarious. But for a very long time, I had some things that I was insecure about. And the way that I was really projecting this to the world is I was posting really self-deprecating memes. There was a while where I went through depression and I was really self-conscious about my weight because I used to be known as someone who would compete in fitness shows. And instead of, working on myself, I wasn't in a great spot. I would just put out these memes like, oh, I'm going to laugh about it, and then everyone's going to laugh with me. And look at me, I'm the silly raccoon in the dumpster outside of an Applebee's, like mowing down on this pizza. It's hilarious. And yeah, it is hilarious. But if you do it enough, it really does. Your social media page is basically your resume to potential dates, because if you think that after someone meets you, if they're really interested in you, if you think they're not going to go on your Facebook or your Instagram or whatever, you are wrong. This is also a great way to see red flags in other people. If they happen to be someone who's they post all the time really negative remarks about people of the opposite gender, they're probably not someone that you want to be dating. And if you saw that, you would agree with that. You'd be like, wow, this guy really has a chip on his shoulder about women. Maybe he's someone I don't want to get involved with. Well, that's what they think when they go on your social media, and all you have to say is really negative things about yourself. Everyone wants to date a prize. Everyone wants to feel like, oh, this person's so great and they could have had all these people, but they chose me. They want to feel special. They don't want to feel like you settled for them just because you're not happy with yourself and you don't think that you can do any better. It's a small thing, but it's something that I totally stopped doing, and I'm glad that I stopped. I would also encourage you to go on your own social media page and maybe see what your dating resume says about you to others that are interested in you. The third thing I completely stopped doing was skipping out on my hobbies just because someone happened to be a crap bag to me that day. So a lot of times we struggle, very emotional people struggle with, if someone says an off-color thing to you, it can really get in your head. I remember there was a lot of times I would pull up to the gym and maybe I had a really bad day in the relationship I was having. I was feeling very dejected, very deflated. Maybe I had a fight with someone in my family and their words got all into my head. And because of that, I skipped doing something that was healthy for me. This is one of the hardest habits to learn. But eventually, if you work on this, you do begin to learn that when you skip out on doing healthy habits and things that you enjoy for other people, the only person that loses is you. A lot of times, really toxic people will try to keep you from doing these things. If you're dating somebody that's like, I don't understand why you need to go out with your friends. I don't understand why you need to go to the gym. That's in itself a huge red flag. And this is what you have to stop doing. You have to take a step back. Don't just give into it. Don't just stop seeing people you love or doing family obligations that you enjoy or doing healthy habits. Who cares if the person that you're dating thinks juicing is stupid? It's fine. We don't always have to agree on everything. I mean, if they really try to get you to stop doing it, that's bizarre. I mean, if you really enjoy smoking and you've been dating someone for a while and they really try to get you to stop doing it, that's one thing, but come on. If you work with a really negative person who wants to tell you all the healthy stuff that you're doing is dumb, that sounds like their problem. Don't let unhappy people win out over what is best for you. This last one is a really good one too. We've all heard on YouTube, there's this whole trend, the let them trend. If someone wants to walk away, let them. If someone wants to treat you badly, let them, and then you distance yourself from them. You know, we're just gonna let them. And I definitely agree with that. I definitely think that we can actually have more control over our lives once we realize that we can't control anyone else. All we control is who we allow to stay in our lives. But you know what? I'd like to tell you about another little form of let them that I started doing. If someone wants to treat me well, I let them. I stopped telling guys that I was dating that they didn't need to treat me as well as they wanted to. If a guy gave me a piece of jewelry, I'd be like, oh my gosh, I can't accept this. If a guy wanted to take me to a really nice restaurant, I'd always be like, oh, I'm not that fancy of a girl. We can just go somewhere casual. Or, oh, it's too expensive. You don't need to worry about spending so much money on me. I'm happy going here to more of a casual place. Stop telling people that they don't have to go through the trouble of trying to impress you. They want to. They perceive you. This is what it is. They perceive you as someone that they feel like they need to impress. And you know what? That's not a bad thing. Take it as a compliment. Be flattered. You don't have to be arrogant about it. Just stop telling them that they don't have to do these things. Let them. Stop telling guys that they don't have to pay for your meal when they've already offered to pay. Stop telling the person you're dating that they don't need to walk you out to your vehicle at the end of the night when they're already getting up to walk out with you. They want to. They want to treat you well. So stop telling them that they don't have to. They believe that you are worth the trouble. They think that you are really worth all the extra effort. They believe that you are worth investing in. Allow yourself to accept nice things and nice compliments and beautiful dates from other people. Do you ever ask yourself why the guys you date don't treat you very well? Well, look back over your behavior. Are you accidentally telling them to stop treating you so well? Are you basically teaching the other person that they don't have to do nice things for you? Really think about it, because sometimes we just don't see it until we see it, and then we can change it. And you can change it. You can change your dating life. You can turn it around with little actions that help you have more respect for yourself, and in turn, other people are going to have more respect for you, and that's always more attractive. You can change your dating life from a possible train wreck to a symphony of love. My name is Maria Adriana. You did not have to live my life, but I certainly hope you can learn something from it. As always, thank you for visiting The Other Half.